Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're going to find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, we're going to take a look at ISO 222 tokens, and I'm going to show you how utility is going to save the day. So, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So in the midst of all this chaos that we're going through right now, and by rights, we should not even be going through it at all. Like I said in Coffee Chat this morning, this is a black swan crypto event that should never have even happened. What we're really looking at, guys, is a wholesale fraud perpetrated on the majority of this marketplace. I mean, when you think about the amount of volume and dollars that FTX as an exchange was processing globally, it truly is staggering. And when you also think about the arrogance of Sam Bankman-Fried, I mean, he came out into this space in 2019 and it took off like a rocket ship. And on top of that, this guy was coming out and pretending to have all the moral high ground, you know. Here he was going in front of Congress, having all these interviews, and just putting himself up there as some kind of crypto guru that knew what was really best for you and I in this space. Meanwhile, he is in the background, literally just taking all of that trust and mortgaging that trust and robbing people blind. It is really, truly reprehensible. And on top of that, look, there's so many folks out there that have genuinely lost their entire life savings in this whole debacle. And it is truly heartbreaking, to be completely honest. And it has left such a sour taste in people's mouths regarding this space. It's probably scared a lot of folks off that at one time were really considering, hey, look, this may be a viable opportunity for me and I want to get in. Well, in the midst of all that, guys, the way I kind of look at it is like this. In one way, I am glad to see all this shaking going on so that the things that can't be shaken are the things that are going to be left standing up. And when you think about that, there is a source of confidence that we can get in this marketplace, and that is this. Are we seeing any kind of slowdown in the implementation of CBDCs? Well, we're not. Are we seeing the ISO 222 messaging standard? Are they throwing that to the curb and getting rid of it? Well, they're not. And what about all the ecosystems in the ISO 222 messaging standard that are compliant, like XRP, like XLM, like Quant, like Hedera Hashgraph, on and on and on? Are these being like thrown to the curb, or have they lost their utility? Well, we know that they haven't. In fact, those ecosystems have just gotten stronger and actually more utility than ever before. And so what I'm trying to say here, guys, is I know this is very shaky circumstances. It's scary to see this stuff go on, but the reality is this space is still expanding and is still growing and is still maturing. And we are seeing such a huge amount of utility going forward. And that's where we have to put our confidence. Look, there's always going to be bad actors. And in fact, even on the traditional rails, like I had mentioned about Bernie Madoff, I mean, even in the traditional space, you have got a lot of people out there that have absolutely zero integrity and will do whatever they can to kind of line their own pockets, no matter how many people are hurt and destroyed over it. That's what we're seeing here. Now, some other things that are coming out, it looks like there's some sort of a connection between Gary Gensler, Chairman Gensler of the SEC, and SBF and the family there. In fact, I think one report came out that, the CEO of Alameda, Caroline, is the daughter of Gary Gensler's prior boss, who, when he was working at MIT. So it just seems too convenient to have all of these relationships. Like, these folks probably knew one another. And my guess is that Gary Gensler probably knew SBF when he was a kid. I wouldn't be surprised one iota. And when you look at that, And you see such this close relationship. Now, maybe SBF was mortgaging those relationships as well. I don't know. But the reality is the SEC is out there to protect investors like us. That's what they say. But instead of protecting us from, these kind of guys that are out there literally, ripping people off blind, to the tune of over $10 billion globally. That is mind-boggling. And they're just not even aware of it, and they come out as if they're just gobsmacked as well, which I highly doubt, but that's what they're doing. Meanwhile, they're going after legit companies like Ripple, who are actually the leaders of innovation in this space on a global level and trying to really do some amazing things in this ecosystem and in this new digital economy. And they're trying to make us think that, Ripple and all those guys are bad guys. It is truly something else. But I want to encourage you guys, don't lose sight of the prize. You are literally seeing an ecosystem in all these ISO 222 compliant tokens where you're seeing the infrastructure of the new financial system literally being built up right before your very eyes. And when you think about it in those terms, you can't get as discouraged. In fact, it is almost a good thing that these things are being exposed, although as hurtful as it is, and I know it's hurtful, and I certainly don't take lightly the pain that some people are feeling right now. Their life savings completely evaporated. All the hopes that they had in their crypto investing journey being dashed right now. It is so unfair. And I genuinely believe there needs to be some real accountability, not this little hand slapping stuff that goes on. And these phony baloney, I'm sorry, I just exercised poor judgment. No, you're not sorry. You didn't exercise poor judgment, because if you hadn't got found out, you would have been doing this consistently throughout this whole process. And it wouldn't be about having to apologize to folks about you making mistakes, SBF. No. You were out there to line your own pockets and to benefit as much as you possibly could. But when your house of cards fell, of course, you're going to play the victim card like most narcissists really do. Self-centered, selfish people that really don't care about the consequences or how they affect other people. And it is truly sad. But guys, listen. Having said that, and you can tell it has affected me. I am upset about it, to be sure. But what I want to do is come out here and encourage you. Don't get discouraged. Don't allow this whole circumstances, and as evil as it is, and that's the word I'd use to describe it, don't allow that to take your eyes off of what the true prize is. Because the true prize is, guys, the utility of these ecosystems going forward. And like I said, you're not seeing a diminishing in XRP, XLM. You're not seeing it evaporation in Quant or Hedera Hashgraph or any of these other tokens like Algorand. You're not seeing their loss in use case. In fact, no. What we're seeing here is the very reasons why we need these kinds of ecosystems out there. So there is transparency, and so there is security going forward for all of us. And guys, I really genuinely believe we are going to see a transition very, very soon into this new digital economy. And the rails of this old Ponzi scheme system that they have been playing on us for probably the last 100 years is going to come to a very quick end. And it is going to be something so liberating for the rest of us to be able to go through that. Now, that is what I genuinely believe. Now, I do know that there are folks out there who look at these CBDCs as a way in which these governments and central banks can just exercise way more control over us. Well, guys, we get to craft that narrative too. These folks in Washington and Ottawa and London and all these other places, look, in these democratic nations, they work for us. We have to get our voices out there. Don't let them come out and have these knee-jerk reactions. This is why we need boom, boom, boom. All this hammering down regulation. We do need regulation. And we need regulatory clarity, no doubt. But it has to be regulation that is for the people and not for these big banksters and the government. Regulation that actually liberates us and gives us a balanced approach in this new economy. Now, that's what I believe. So guys, don't lose heart. We're on the home stretch now. That's what I feel. That's what I believe. And be encouraged, because your investments, your trust in Ripple, your trust in XLM, your trust in Algorand, Hedera, Hashgraph, and all these, their ecosystems have lost absolutely zero of their utility, and that is their major strength. Now, guys, this is the video I have for you today, and I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, if there's something I said that you completely disagree with, will you drop that down in the comments right there? And if I left something out, as always, you put that down in there as well. Open it up to the community and start a discussion. So guys, before you go, just take a look at this absolutely gorgeous little ravine and park out here in Frisco, Texas. It is really something else. They have a beautiful little playground back in there for the kids, and there's a walk up here that you can go around that is really quite relaxing. So really a nice spot to come out and do these videos. Well guys, as you know, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. But if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell down there so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that we're uploading. And guys, we are literally just 250 subscribers away from our 10,000 subscriber goal. So if you're one of the thousands of people who have been watching these videos but haven't yet subscribed, would you do the channel a favor and join this community? We would really love to have you on board. So in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.